Hello guys, how are you doing? Good people, I'm happy to be here with you today. It's a new day, a new year, 2022. Happy New Year to you. I hope that you find great happiness and fulfillment during this new year. A lot of progression. I'm sending waves of energy, of progression in your direction. All right. This is my first video for the year, and today I'm going to be getting straight into it and just spending some time briefly looking at some of the looking at the crypto market and what's happening with it. There's a lot of blood in the water, guys. Okay, and that is the thumbnail of this video, blood in the water. Right now, I have a screen shared here with you. I'm getting straight into it, as I said. First and foremost, let me preface this video by stating that I am not a financial advisor. The information that I'm sharing here, is for educational and entertaining purposes, right? Educational, learning, and entertaining purposes. All right. You may get some clues or ideas on some of the moves that I, would have made or will make. All right, but that is no indicator, or that gives you no right to follow what I do or to take any advice from it. Do not consider it as financial advice. All right. Now, with that said, as I said, I'm getting straight into it. All right. There's blood in the water, guys. I have the sentimental projection here on the screen, the fear and greed index for Bitcoin. Right? And why would we want to know what the fear and greed index says about Bitcoin? Because in the over 100,000 cryptos that exist, Bitcoin is basically the flag bearer. Bitcoin is the crypto in charge, the crypto that is large and in charge. Maybe not so large right now with the corrections that we have happening in the market. But according to the fear and greed index here, we can see now that there's extreme fear in the market, right? With the needle with the indicator as low as 10. Now we can see the historical values here, right? Where it says that now we're experiencing extreme fears. Yesterday there was extreme fear as well, but the reading was 18. I remember seeing it as low as 15 yesterday. Right? So it goes as far back as the previous month here. Now, this is good to look at because it adds some context to what you may see happening on the charts. All right? It's good to have an idea of what the sentimental perspective is of the markets so that you can pair it with other fundamentals and then the technicals when you look at the charts. All right? So we're not going to spend too much time looking at the fear and greed index. We can see that there's extreme fear in the markets. And when we go to the charts, it will reflect the same. So here I have the Bitcoin chart. We're going to be looking at today, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Shiba Inu. All right, those are the three that I prefer to spend some time on. Like I said, there's over 100,000, but Bitcoin and Ethereum are the top two for me. All right. And then I really love the potential of what Shiba Inu can do in the coming years. All right, so that's why it's high on my list as a low cap crypto entity. So we have the Bitcoin USD daily chart up. We can see, like I told you guys, when I come on the charts, I don't to do these videos, I don't really prep the charts for the videos. Right? What you see is what I've been looking at as is. You can see that I have some markings on the chart there, obviously some drawings, proving that I have been following Bitcoin for some time. Right? Bitcoin is currently experiencing price discovery. Right? Bitcoin has never been at these prices. These prices are novel. So no one can tell you that they know that it's going to do this or do that based on any past history. All right. There may be similar moves made, But of course, the market always goes up, the market always comes down, the market always moves sideways. So it's easy to clip a period of time and then compare it to a time that would have passed. All right. But when you look at Bitcoin, you look at what is happening now with the price action, you look at what is happening from the fundamental aspect in terms of the things that are happening that would affect the price. For example, the Federal Reserve released some information earlier this week about their plans to taper the stimulus plans, right? So in essence, they're planning to cut down on the stimulus, right? What that would do is take money out of the market, money that has been made available to people over the last 2 years, maybe when they really went berserk with some extremely high numbers. They printed more money in the last couple of years than they have in the past 20 to 25 years. So just imagine that type of money being available, being put into the hands of people who would go and spend money on these businesses, and then these businesses now looking for assets that they can hedge against the dollar. And of course, you're going to see Bitcoin high on that list, right? As well as other cryptocurrencies that would offer what they would perceive as value that they can use, right? To monetize moving forward, to hedge against the dollar and fiat on the whole, right? So we can see I had an uptrend line here on Bitcoin. Let's get to the charts now. And we can see that the trend line was broken right around here. So on the 4,700 mark, where the trend line was, it broke below that. And now we're in a very interesting position, right? I say interesting because where price is now, it's at a support zone. Now, this is an area where we saw held less support previously, right? So you see I have S3 here. This would have been the third time it would have respected this area of support. I have S2. And then if you go back, you would see, if we go back, we would see S1, right? So are we forming S4 here? Is price bouncing off the support zone here now for a fourth time? Now, I would love that. I think anyone who has a stake or interest in crypto would love that. This would not be a good time, a bad time, sorry, to see Bitcoin price reject the support and we start to see that bullish momentum. You know, it's not going to just shoot back up, right? We're going to have to expect that the market is going to wave. It must go up. Like I said before, it must go up, it must come down, and it must move sideways. That is the nature of the markets, okay? So from this point here, even if we get the bounce here, it does not necessarily mean that we're going to just see price shoot up from here, all right? We still have the backside of this trend line. We still have this this level, this pivot area here, just around 48.5K, which can serve as resistance, right? And we can get a cat bounce here where price can pull, retrace to this area, reject. Let me just illustrate that for you from where I am here. We can see price move up to this area and reject that area and then fall back down, maybe test the resistance again, right? And then start doing this consolidation within this area before it continues going up, because it's not, like I said, it's not just going to go parabolic. It is possible, but it's not just going to go parabolic and just shoot up to the moon, all right? Apart from what I just identified here as a likeliness, right, of happening, a possibility, there's also the possibility of price falling lower. Now, many people may not want to hear that, right? You might ask yourself, how low can the fear index go? Well, it's already at 10, my friends, all right? So it's not impossible that we can see, as I have illustrated here already, price break below support, right? If we have price break below the support, breaking below $40,000, right? because I mean, this is low, but we still have a low across here. S2 is still lower than where we're at now. So there's no real concern for worry. All right. And then now support 3 here with the bounce. We have the wick. The wick doesn't really matter. We look at where the price closed, right? And then we are going to look at the possibilities, of course, as I said, that price can fall below here, and I can see it's possible that we can see a $30,000 Bitcoin. All right. I'm no guru. Like I said, I'm no financial advisor, but the play that I'm looking at is for this area where we're at now to hold as support. Right. I have the Fibonacci plotted here, and we can see that price is currently in the golden pocket here on the Fibonacci, right? We're just below the 618 level. Price fell just below the 618 level, but it's so good that it's coinciding with the support level that is just what? Let me tell you exactly, maybe a couple $100 below the 618. All right. Yeah, actually a couple $1,000 below the 618 level. And that is relatively small, a small move for such a volatile asset. All right. So ultimately, what I'm saying to you is that there's no need for worry, although there's so much fear in the market. All right. Now we need to understand that the market exists to take money from the hands of the impatient and put it in the hands of the ones who are patient. All right. So if you're holding Bitcoin and you haven't sold yet, I'll advise that you don't sell, because you'll be selling at a loss. Obviously, you want to hold. All right, and cast all fears aside. You should be confident in your position. You should have understood. You should have sought, I should say, financial advice before you got in. All right. So then you should be able to hold your position here now, and just hope. We can hope that this area, this level here, within the 40 to 41K level, 40 to 42K level, let's say, will hold as support, and then we would see resurgence of Bitcoin as we progress through 2022. All right. Now, time in the market by far outweighs trying to time the market. All right. So you may tell yourself it might be a good idea to sell now. Why would you want to sell when the price is low? You don't sell when it's low. All right. You buy when it's low and you sell when the price is high. So, I mean, in essence, fundamentally, that thought is flawed. All right. But maybe it's for lack of knowledge or experience. You might be thinking and fear that now may be a good time to sell. And then you want to wait until you see it starts going up again before you buy. But that makes no sense. You're selling at a loss, and then you're going to be buying at a higher price. All right. So you're losing twice with such a move. All right. So we want to have some patience here, guys. It requires patience. All right. I do think that we can see Bitcoin fall some more if I switch to the weekly time frame. All right, let's just look at it from the weekly. We're also going to look at Ethereum and Shiba as well. We're not going to spend as much time there because the market structure for them is quite similar to what we are seeing here with Bitcoin. So it won't be necessary to spend as much time analyzing those. So if we look at the weekly time frame here, we can see stochastic is going down, man. It's ready to plummet, right? From where we're at, we're getting a new weekly candlestick tomorrow. Now, if this current candlestick continues to fall and falls below the zone, then I'm thinking for certain that we're going to get some more bearish activity in the markets here. And we can see that where the price is at the 30K level that I mentioned, just around 29, 30K level here. If I move this rectangle across, we can see that that level was also a previous support level and a major one as well. All right, so it's not impossible that we can see price come down to that zone. All right, it may be heart-wrecking for some, to say the least. All right, but It's not impossible. So I'm just going to switch to Ethereum now. I'm going to take a brief look at Ethereum. It's just to basically analyze where the price is on the chart, right? And I'm going to switch to the daily here. Guys, you really want to have some patience, right? Trading crypto or investing in crypto is a long game, all right? Don't be fooled by folks who will try to sell you a dream of a quick payday. All right, we can see on Ethereum here, I also have my uptrend line. We can see, just as with the Bitcoin, you can see it broke the trend line. All right, now we got a perfect move for a breakout strategy here. We can see it broke the trend line, then it went back up, tested the trend line. So basically what we had happening was the inverse of the illustration that I had plotted here for the possible break above. Right, we got the inverse, which was the break below. So we got price breaking below. It went back up to test, and then we have the fall that is happening now. All right, so we can see that if you were day trading Ethereum, right, and you would have identified this break below the trend line here, and then you would have been patient enough to wait for the pullback to test the line, you'd have gotten a lovely selling opportunity here. Right, let me identify for you, just to make it as clear as possible and concise. I just want to show you where I'm talking about the ideal selling opportunity that a day trader may have been able to identify. So where I just put the ellipsis would have been an ideal selling opportunity. All right, but anyway, we're not here to talk about selling. We're looking at long term, and the long term projection for Ethereum is huge. All right, it's amazing and it's inevitable. So again, we can see we have the fall. We can see price breaking below all the levels that I have plotted there. Now remember, I would have said in a previous video that each pink line that you see represents a pivot point, an area of support or resistance on either of my preferred time frames when looking at the charts. And we can see here as well that it's not impossible that we can see price fall down to the next level here, which is down around $2,600. All right, now, to be honest with you, I never thought I would be looking at ever again a 30K Ethereum, because that's as low as we came today, right? Much less to talk about going back down to 26K. But it's not impossible, excuse me. It's not impossible. This is how the crypto markets work. There's fears in the market, all right? And like I said, with what happened with the Fed releasing their data, all right, the fear and uncertainty, it went through the roof, and as a result of that going through the roof, we have the prices cracking below the floor. All right, so this is Ethereum. Like I said, we don't necessarily need to spend as much time here because you practically have the same sort of a price action happening here, and I'm looking at 26K level, possibly for Ethereum if the fear continues to dominate. All right, I switched to the weekly again here. Let's take a weekly outlook of Ethereum. Remember, tomorrow we're getting a new weekly candle for the crypto, right? And we can see here, look at the stochastic again, ready to dip, ready to fall. Within that oversold position, falling below the 20% level there. All right, so it's not impossible by no means, but it's not a bad thing and it's not anything to worry about. You can see that this 26K level, just like with Bitcoin, the next level below was a previous level of support right here back in September. All right. It's not impossible. Ethereum is also experiencing price discovery. Ethereum has never been to these sort of highs. All right. So the market will be very reactive, although the network itself is self-sustainable, right? It's self-sustainable, but of course, fundamentals will also have its say, will always have its say, as a matter of fact. And this is the outlook for Ethereum, right? We want to be patient and wait until we can identify, right? The weekly gives us a longer term view, but from the daily, we can start thinking about where we're looking at these flipping of the prices, so to speak, or where we'd have the bounce off of support, right, for the bullish move to continue. Technically, we're still in a bullish move here. In the macro sense of where we're at with the growth of crypto, right? Well, Ethereum in this regard, because some of them may have different structures. We are in a shorter term bear trend, right? We can see that the market has been falling since it hit its all-time high at around 48K. All right, we can see here that it has been making lower highs and lower lows. So that is the definition of a bear trend, right? But all these previous lows in the shorter term here are still higher than these that would have happened here just in September, just a few months ago, right? So that is significant, and that is something that you want to bear in mind, right? Although the market is crashing, we're still in the longer term, we're still in a bullish long-term trend. We hope that the price doesn't fall too much to change that perspective. All right. So this is Ethereum. Shiba Inu, like I said, they are quite similar in the way they are set up right now. Right? You can see Shiba Inu here now. Again, also at a support level. So this gives me great comfort, guys, I must say. Granted that, I mean, we may be experiencing a bit of a decline in our portfolio. I would like to refer to it as a temporary decline because it is going to turn around. I'm confident of that. It's just a matter of when, and we hope that it doesn't take too long, right? We're here now on Shiba Inu, and we can see that we're just like Bitcoin and Ethereum, we're at a major support level, right? This is amazing. This is great. This is awesome. This is what the whales, right? And not just the whales, because this is the nice thing about crypto. Crypto has opened a even playing field. So it's not just whales who can capitalize on these low prices or these discounted prices, as some people might refer to it. All right. Some might even say there's a sale right now because you can buy these things for so cheap. Well, so much less than they were a couple months ago. Yeah. So it is ideal to start looking at buying some new positions, particularly in Shiba, Ethereum, Bitcoin. There are many others. Like I said, there's over 100,000 cryptos, but they don't all have the same market capitalization. They don't all have a community that can back them. They don't all have utility or any sort of, or add any sort of value, right? So you need to be very careful about the ones that you would choose to invest in, right? There's a new meme coin being launched every day. All right, but it doesn't mean that because you're gonna buy them for percentages of a penny that it's a good buy. All right. So back to Shiba, we've fallen all the way back down to quad 0, 2800. I like this area where price is at. I can see where price can start, from here it can start waving back upwards, you know, can be slowly, but eventually we can start seeing some moves, to possibly even see it come all the way back down here again. I believe it's going to take some time, but ultimately, ideally, we're going to be looking to see price first and foremost come all the way back up to its all-time high, previous all-time high of quad 089. All right. Some people believe that we're going to lose some zeros this year. I share that opinion as well. But before I can be more confident about that, I would first need to see the recent all-time high be taken out. All right. And we're going to have a challenge when we get here, because it's possible that we can see this level serve as resistance even before we get the breakout and start seeing higher prices on the way to taking out that zero. So like I said before, guys, it's the long game. It is the long game. Like I said with Bitcoin and Ethereum before, we have the support level. If we start seeing price breaking below this level, then who knows what's going to happen from there. We obviously going to see lower prices. Maybe it may fall back down to quad 0, 2,000 Satoshi units. That is possible. Nothing is impossible with crypto. But as I always say, it requires patience. Okay. So with that said, that is my little look at the crypto markets right now, guys. There's extreme fear in the market, but the sentimental perspective, right, and the fundamental perspectives, the sentimentals, the fundamentals, and the technicals, they all align. But when you come on the charts and you look at the price action, the technical analysis says that basically the fear is extreme. All right, it's almost as low as it can get. It's at 10. All right, can't get much lower than that. I've never seen the fear go below 0, right? I mean, that's what I'm talking about. So we're practically as low as we can get. So we want to monitor these areas here where price is now testing those major support levels and hope that they hold. Okay. And now we can see a bounce and a turnaround to start giving us some more of that positivity that we've all been expecting for this year, 2022, for the growth of crypto. All right. So with that said, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up. As I end, let me mention to you that if you want to support my Patreon, it's not just about supporting my Patreon, it's about adding value to yourself. You get access to all the cryptos and Forex trades that I would be involved in, right? It's a mentorship program, basically. So you're going to get access to me. We're going to be doing one-on-one live video calls for chart analysis. All right, you're going to be getting in on some of the plays that I'm getting in on. Okay, and it's a learn in your own timing sort of a setup where you get access to all the videos and modules, and you can log in whenever you want, look at the videos on your timing, replay it and replay it and replay it as many times as you need to. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave the link to my Patreon there in the description. I'm also going to put a link to my Coinbase if you're looking for an exchange, a safe and secure exchange that you're looking to get involved in crypto, right? You can choose Coinbase. I always recommend Coinbase because it's one of the safest out there, and they have a quite educational platform as well. If you're a newbie to this space, you're going to get a lot of information there, You know, so I'm going to put a link to the Coinbase there as well. Take care, guys, and I look forward to doing another video for you real soon, hopefully with a even more positive outlook, because I mean, dare I say that granted that we have such fear in the markets, there's still so much positivity. Okay, so the global crypto market, just take this into perspective. The global crypto market is just $1.9 trillion dollars. Okay, that's the capitalization, the market capitalization of the entire crypto market right now, right? Which is like a very small piece of the pie compared to what the stock market is and what the financial realm entails in terms of market capitalization. So there's still a lot of adoption. The point I'm getting to is there's still a lot of adoption to be had in the crypto space. It's still a young, it's still in its larva stage. It's still developing. A lot more people are still getting involved. All right. So have holy faith, and hold your crypto. See you guys soon.